Welcome back to MOTOBLADE, everyone. So I was riding the bike around this week and I realized I've had this bike now for a year. And so this is going to be my 1 year, 6,000 and what are we at? 423 mile review of the Indian Chieftain Dark Horse. Let's get started. Oh man, bird crapped right on my windshield right as I started the video. What a dirty bird. We're gonna fix that. Now that we actually have a clean windshield again, let's try this again. It's been 1 year since I got the Indian Chieftain Dark Horse, and I'm going to start off with the things in the past year that maybe I would consider them cons or things that I haven't enjoyed about this motorcycle. And I've thought long and I've thought hard about this.
That's what she said!
But I have not come up with anything that I dislike about my motorcycle. I love everything about it. So that's a pretty short list, and that's why I put it at the beginning. The only thing that has been a bit annoying, and this has nothing to do with the bike, it was just my choice to move up here, but you know, it's like 3 hours to a dealership, which is really a pain in the ass. It's like an hour and a half if you guys saw my video where I rode up to the Canadian one, but they only speak French there. It wasn't great. So the nearest American dealership for me is like 3 hours away, and that sucks. But that's my choice, and that's nothing to do with the bike at all. But that's like the only drawback I've had in the past year, is not being near a dealership. So let's get to the real list, all the things I love about this bike. I have not ridden this bike a single time, even if it was only to go down the street to the gas station and run back, which is like a 3-minute ride. I've never ridden it without having the sound system on. The sound system is amazing. I love it so much. It's so great. Guess I should slow down a little bit here, so I'm not doing like 30 miles an hour over the speed limit going through town. But the sound system is amazing. I absolutely love it. I know they have the newer one with the power band audio, but honestly, I have no need for it. I've never found another sound system that sounds better than the one I have on my Indian right now, other than maybe Indian's new power band audio. But even with Indian's new power band audio, it's hard to tell the difference. Mine is just fantastic, and I love it. And I've never found another bike, Harley, that can hold a candle to the audio system on the Indians. Oh, you bastard, you're going my way. So what else do I love about this bike? Well, I just rode it yesterday for 8 hours, and that wasn't 8 hours from the time I left to the time I came home. That was more like 13. Actual butt on seat riding time was 8 hours, and my back was a little bit sore just from holding my body upright all day, but my butt, my legs, my arms, you know, parts of my body in contact with the bike, comfortable. No sore spots. The seat's great, and you know, this is just the stock seat for the 2018 Chieftain. I'm comfortable all day, and it's just a great ride. So it's great for short trips, long trips. And that engine might be the next thing on my list, because I can take off really fast like that. I should bring it back here. But honestly, I freaking love this engine. It's amazing. The Thunderstroke 111, I've tried the Scouts, and they're peppy, they're good. Thunderstroke 111 has a lot more throat to it, and I like the bigger engine. You know, it's a lot bigger than the Scouts. I've tried the Harley Milwaukee 108 and 114. I've tried their old 107, and just nothing compares to this 111. The Milwaukee 8's a great engine, don't get me wrong. Harley doesn't make a crappy engine by any means, but the throttle response and just the pep and the torque that I feel on my Indian is totally different than on a Harley. It's there. The Harley feels like, in a little bit of a way, like you're dragging, like it's got to build up a head of steam a little bit in the engine. Not a whole lot. I mean, you know, they're still fast bikes, but just compared to the Indian's like instant power. I freaking love it. 120 foot-pounds of torque. This engine has just never let me down. It's never gotten overheated. It's never had any issues. I know I only have 6,430 miles on it right now, but you know, the engine's running great. I just did my 5,500 mile oil change on it, and no big deal. Hadn't hardly dropped any oil at all. I'd only put maybe a pint of oil in between my my oil changes, and that was mainly because I mixed it with a little bit of Marvel Mystery Oil, and I just wanted to add that in and see what it did. But you know, it doesn't burn oil, it runs well. It's a fantastic engine. What else do I love? The looks. To me, this bike is still the best looking bike out there. Now, the new 2020s that Indian brought out, you know, their new Roadmasters, those look cool, but I just don't like that new front fairing that they did starting in 2019 with the Chieftains. And now they have it on the Roadmaster Dark Horses. It looks like the front of a Street Glide. And it's like, if I wanted to have that, I'd buy a Harley, but I wanted that rounded, streamlined front of the Indian. It was based off of the 50 steam trains. That was the original design intent, and it's classic. So to me, this is still the best looking bike out there, with my really like cool flared LED turn signals up front. And you know, that stuff is stock. You don't have to add that extra like you do on Harley or even on the new Chieftains if you want some special riding lights or whatever. This bike had it all stock, and that's what I loved about it. So overall, I could not be happier with the looks, the comfort, the engine, everything about this bike. It's just amazing. The new Indian's ride command system is a little bit more updated than mine. It has built-in weather now, which is cool. And I always thought that would be a great thing to have while I'm riding. I mean, we have that in the cockpit of planes. When I'm flying, I can see weather on a GPS screen. Why couldn't we just put GPS-based weather in the ride command? So they finally did that, and I'm very happy that they did. And I think it'll be cool eventually, years from now, when I upgrade, or sooner, we'll see. I think it would be a very cool thing to have in your ride command system. But other than that, I have no complaints on my ride command unit. There's nothing I would want to upgrade for. I'm not going to upgrade just to have live weather while I'm riding. Let's see. What else I'm talking about? Storage on the bike. I have done grocery runs. I have done hardware store runs. I have even packed for trips on this bike. I can get my flight bag in one saddlebag and all my gear in the other. So the storage on this thing is freaking fantastic. Over the past year, I've put this thing through a lot of real-world use on how much crap can I cram in a saddlebag. It's hauled all of my photo and videography gear and drones and professional DSLRs for when I go out and shoot professional videos. And I've done some video work for other companies. You guys don't always see that stuff on my channel, but I've done a lot of video work just touring around, and I take the bike when I go to these places if the weather's going to be good, and my bike will haul it all. Just because I like to carry a lot of crap with me when I go places, I am planning on getting the trunk on the back of this thing eventually. Probably not before the end of this riding season, simply because it's already getting chilly up here, and the snow is going to start falling probably in November. But by next riding season, you know, beginning of next spring and summer, I plan on having the trunk on here. That'll give me more storage, and then this will be the ultimate touring machine for me. So I really don't know what else to tell you guys other than the fact that this bike is just freaking incredible. I've loved it. I've never had a complaint about it. You know, I had some issues with my Chief just not having security and storage with the locking saddlebags. And my Vulcan S was a fun bike to ride in the twisties. It was small and lightweight, and you know, it was a cool Sportster type bike. But after half an hour, your ass was no longer attached to your body. It was having an out-of-body experience. It was so uncomfortable. So this bike just combined everything I possibly wanted, and I have not found anything yet that could replace this bike for me. What's up, guys? Alright, we're just pulling into the airport here. I just gotta go check on something with the airplane, and then we'll be back to the video in a minute. Well, guys, that's gonna do it for this short video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit that thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel. As always, it's a big red button down there, hard to miss. If you have any questions about this bike or anything else, let me know down below. Talk to me in the comments. I love hearing from you guys. In the meantime, if you guys have not checked out my merchandise, I'll throw a link to that in the description. Go check out the MOTOBLADE t-shirts and stuff. It's pretty cool. All the profits from that go right back into supporting this channel. So until next time, y'all, you know what to do. Be careful out there. Ride safe, ride on. I'll catch y'all later. Deuces.